Hi, welcome to my live. Welcome. Kenyans in Sweden, here you are. Thank you very much. Such an honor. Thank you for the gift. Welcoming people as we are going to see what we've got here. Thank you for coming on here. Today we have a wonderful topic. This is what I wanted to set here, but then should have said before. Let me see. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, here we are. For those of you who had seen Pilot Orestes, I'm Captain Kenyaweze and I'm Greek. Oh, that's wonderful. Pilot Orestes, it's good to have you here. And thank you everyone who's joining. I have a topic for this live stream. Petros, how are you? I'm doing good. Pilot Orestes. On this live today is a special topic that we have about achieving our big dreams, and we are glad that you're here, Pilot Orestes. Had you seen the notification for today's live? I hope so. And everyone else who's here, I hope that you saw the notification about our today's live, where we are going to talk about achieving our big dreams using the 7 ingredients for success. That's wonderful. Pilot Orestes in Nairobi. Petros, you are still moderator. Yeah, I have not changed my moderators for quite a long time because I don't usually go live, but I could be going live more often now. And today we have a special topic to discuss. And for those of you who had seen the notification for the video, we're going to talk about achieving our big dreams. And it's good to be connected to pilots. So we have Pilot Orestes. I've just followed you. Thank you for coming to this live. And I think Lina Katsama. Wow. Who is this Lina? Hey, she's well. And thank you for asking. So we are going to talk about achieving our big dreams. Welcome. I see people are coming in. And we're just going to get started. Thank you, Pilot Orestes. We'll connect more even after this live. It's good to be connected to pilots. It's good to be connected to doctors, to be connected to those big people, those people who have achieved their big dreams. And do you want to talk with your live? Yeah, Pilot Orestes. Maybe I will welcome you, a friend of Ileana Electra. Okay, Lina, that's good. Thank you. Let's do this. I hope you have time, Pilot Orestes and everyone else here. Let's do this. Let's cover the topic of today, and then I'm going to invite people here to discuss whatever we've discussed. And if you have something to add, if you have something to tell the people, that would be good. And we can talk much more on that. So for those of you who are here, having seen today's announcement of this live about talking about our big dreams, and it's good. Who else is here? And please tell us whatever it is that you do, where you're watching us from. Whoever else is here, we will appreciate to know where you are and what it is that you do. Diaz, thank you very much for your here. And talking about success, achievements, thank you very much. And we are not so many, but then this could be the people that are meant to be on this live today, where we are talking about big dreams and achieving them. We have someone who's already achieved his big dream, being a pilot. Pilot Orestes, thank you. And let me ask, for those of you who are here, the few of us who are here, who here has a big dream? And what's your big dream? And okay, Stephanos Adroutsos says, oh, I remember you. You came to my school in Athens 2 to 3 years ago. Were you in the audience where I was speaking? Were you one of the people I spoke to in your school? Please let me know, Stephanos, and that's good to have you here. Oh, you were there. Maybe you can tell us something you experienced during that visit in your school. So, Darth has a dream, and you wake up every day with no purpose. Do you have some? So you don't have anything that you... I remember you to this day. Campion School, your speech was amazing. Oh, thank you, Stephanos. I really enjoyed also coming to Campion School and speaking to you students. I hope... Where are you now? Are you still in school? Did you finish? Because it's a few years back. And what are you doing in your life? And do you have a big dream also? So, Darth, you wake up every day and you find that you don't have a purpose. And what do you have people that you admire in life that are doing something that you maybe one day imagine yourself doing? Is there something that inspires your heart every single day as you are walking, as you are going wherever it is that you're going? Are you in school? Are you working? Where are you? Maybe you can tell us about that. Now, bro, there's nothing that I like doing. I just exist, brother. No dream, no hope for future. You are in the right place at the right time. This is a place where we could give you an idea of how to go about it. I'm giving my final exams right now, and after I'm going to flight school to become a pilot. Stephanos, you are in this live today. You want to become a pilot. We have a pilot who is a Greek, Orestes. He's in this live today. So you are just in the right place at the right time. I'm glad that you've heard me speak in your school some years back. And I would want you to achieve your big dream. And for you being a pilot, maybe that's something that we are going to concentrate on as we are sharing today's live, becoming a pilot. But also, if we have anybody else here on this live who has another dream and you'd like us to touch a few things on it about you achieving it, that would be good to share with us. What's your big dream? So that only for my family. I go to school and study a little bit, but bro, I don't have any purpose though. What grade are you in, Darth? I've been failing most classes. What grade or what level of where are you right now? I know this question may seem out of context and silly, but can you speak Greek? Panos, yes, I do speak Greek. Thank you very much for asking. Yeah, Philemu, where have you lost? I'm here, Johnny, and today we are talking about achieving our big dreams. And without taking one more minute, I just want us to dive into the 7 ingredients for achieving your dream. The 7 ingredients for achieving your big dream. Do you want to be a pilot? And Orestes is going to share with us after this, whatever it is that I am going to touch on. And do you want to be any other person, any other kind of someone who has achieved some greatness in life? Do you, and please note this, a big dream is not only being a pilot. A big dream is not only being a dentist, a surgeon, is not being about being rich. Each and every one of us have an idea of what greatness means, have maybe different ideas of what a big dream could be. And this is good for Darth, who is here and is finding that you don't have you wake up and you realize that you don't have a purpose. A big dream is something that would stir your heart, something that will make you happy, because you can have money and not happy. You can become a dentist, a surgeon, you can become a pilot and still not enjoy life and not still feel that you're not fulfilling your purpose. So, a big dream is something that would make you happy on a daily basis, something that will not hurt other people, something that will also be helpful to your family, be helpful to the society. That's what we are talking about. We have people who have had big dreams of helping the needy. Take the example of Mother Teresa. If you've heard the story of Mother Teresa, her big dream was helping the society from poverty. Just commit to that. That's the purpose that she was called to do when she was on this earth. And Panos says it is okay to not knowing what is our big dream or what we want to do. That's a question you're asking. Yes, it's okay right now not to know what your big dream could be or what you would want to do. And this is what we are sharing. If you have something that you can identify with, that stirs your heart, that would make you happy, that will make people around you happy, that will make you wake up every single day wanting to see what this day has to bring, and you would want to increase the intensity of that experience, that could be your big dream as for now. And today we have a pilot on this live. We have someone who wants to be a pilot after school, and we can use that as an example. So let's dive into the 7 ingredients for success. And now, since we know there are people here who don't have an idea of how they would want to live their life, what they would want to achieve, the big dreams they would want to be to achieve in their own life, and we have those people who are flying high on the skies. We have all kinds of people, and we're gonna help each other. That's why we are here, to help each other. And there's one ingredient, one very important ingredient that is for every person who wants to succeed in life. One very important ingredient, and I know each and every one of us is going to agree on this, that for you to be something significant in your life as you are walking on this planet, and after everything is done, you will say that you did what you had to do. You would say that you lived your purpose. You would get that trophy that you admire other people taking. For you to achieve, for you to get to that level, the first and foremost important ingredient that you should always be careful to have is information. The reason that some of you are here is that they saw a video earlier on announcing this event, this show, this live broadcast. I put information out there so that someone may see and come to this live. And after you saw, you came. So it's a success that whatever it is that I wanted to achieve today, I achieved. For you to be a pilot, and this goes to those who wants to be a pilot, and I know that Orestes is going to agree with me, you have first and foremost to be exposed to the idea of becoming a pilot, the idea of what it takes to be a pilot. What college, what school do I need to go to in order to become a pilot? You have to have an idea of how long is it going to take me to study to be a pilot, to do the theory part of pilot, to do the practical part and have your flying hours up to the level that you're going to qualify to become a commercial pilot, driving as a Boeing like Orestes is doing. You need to have an idea of where to start, how long it's going to take, and know when you're going to approximate when you're going to be successful in becoming that who you dream to be, to achieve your dream. Information is far the best, the most important ingredient that you need to have in order for you to achieve your big dream. It's logical that for you to come from one place, to come from Nairobi to Greece, you need to know where Greece is. I'm in Greece, and Orest is in Kenya. From Greece is in Kenya. You need to know where one point is in relation to the point you are at, what vehicle you're going to take to get to the place that you want to go, how long is going to take you to go to that place where you dream to be. Information. You cannot ignore the importance of information in any goal that you dream about. If you want to become a surgeon, you want to become rich, a businessman, a successful businessman. And that's saying, forget dreams, how can I find my purpose, brother, again? And I think that's something that we maybe address specifically on a different live. This is to go about dreams, to go talking about dreams, but then inside you're going to hear one or two things where your purpose can come in. And I think we covered a bit on how you identify whatever it is that you do on a daily basis, and whether it brings you joy, and how you can identify the direction that you could go in your life path. But anyway, stay right here. You're gonna maybe find an answer that is coming right from the people who are here with us, or we can look into that a bit later in detail. So information is very important for you to achieve your biggest dream in life, and you cannot ignore the importance of information. Where do you get your information? Everywhere. I was born in an age where we didn't have the internet, we didn't have the mobile phones, we didn't have all these things that people are fortunate to have today. Just a few months back, maybe a year, we got ChatGPT. Before we could talk about Google, we could talk about searching online for information. Now we have ChatGPT, that is just like a person that you're talking to, that is going to tell you many of the questions that you may be having. So information is available everywhere. It's available in schools. It's available online. All you have to do is to be open, have a hunger for information, to know something different today than you knew yesterday, so that you can be a better person tomorrow than you were yesterday. And if you have a dream, you have an idea of how to achieve that dream, then sit down, analyze yourself, and ask, what do I know about this thing, and what don't I know about this thing? Now, to bring ourselves into context, I'm basing this live on a workbook that I have put together that is called the Achieve Your Dream Workbook, that has got the 7 ingredients for success, and this is what we are talking about. And this workbook provides some exercises inside, and one of the exercises is, you go into the information part, you find out, or rather you put down, what is it do I know about this dream, this big dream of mine that I have? What information do I have? List it down and say, okay, I've passed that, I've got that right, so I am on my way to my big dream. Then the other part, you ask yourself, what information don't I know, and what could I know that could help me to achieve this big dream of mine? Put it down in writing in this workbook, and tackle each information that you need to have bit by bit. Hi Bill, how are you? And everyone else who's coming on, we are covering the 7 ingredients for success in order to achieve our big dreams. Thank you for hopping on. So, and we stayed there for quite some time because it's very important. Information is very important. Now, ChatGPT may not answer all your questions. You may need to ask your friend about some of the details. Right now, I'm in Greece. I may know much for than someone who's somewhere else in another country about Greece than they know. So if they cannot get an answer on ChatGPT on Google, then they could always ask me. And you cannot underestimate what other people know that you don't know. And unless you ask for information, then you may not get it. Are we together? Now, let me see if we are together. What's the first and foremost important ingredient that you need to have in order for you to achieve your big dream? Put it in that comment. So let's read it. That's the number one. And the others, we could move really quick to cover the 7 ingredients, but information is very important. I like hanging there about talking about information, and I believe that you got that. So pay close attention to the information that you have, to what you know, and pay close attention to what you may not know, and try to find out how you can know what it is that you don't know. Let's go to ingredient number 2, which is known as belief. So you've got the information about what it is that you would want to achieve. You've got the information of how to become a pilot, what school you need to go to, how many courses you have to do. Now, do you believe that it's possible for you to become a pilot? Do you believe that it's possible for you to become a surgeon? Do you believe that you've got what it takes for you to achieve that dream? Because there are many people who know the information they need to know, but then they don't believe in the possibility of them achieving the dream that they may have. And belief is very, very important. So in the belief part, in the workbook, there's something that can help you to magnify, to increase your belief. And this is called what you share, what you think, what you get exposed to. For example, we have a pilot here. Now, if you are here and you would want to be a pilot and you think that, and he's going to talk to us, if he tells you that it's possible for you to do that, to achieve it, then you've got to believe, yeah, that is true for you to accomplish it. One thing, because you've known how long it takes, you've known how much it costs you, and you know that you can afford that. Then if you have that belief and you believe in it wholeheartedly, then you are on your way to achieving that dream. It's bit by bit. And in the workbook, there's a section where you write down quotes, sayings, verses, and this will help you to increase, to magnify your belief in whatever it is that you want to achieve. And for example, this is what I'm going to share with you. If you will always tell yourself that if a man, whatever a man has done, another can too, something that I really love saying, whatever a man has done, another can too, and you write it down there, you always remind yourself, whatever a man has done, another can too, then your subconscious is going to tell you that also you're someone who can do whatever that other person has done. You will remind yourself. Quotes like the Napoleon here, which says that whatever you think or imagine, you can achieve. Whatever your mind can think, can conceive and believe, then you can accomplish. Put that. Or if you are a believer of some faith, then you put some verses or some quotes from your source that would always increase the depth of your belief in that what it is that you want to accomplish. They'll help. Affirmations. And in that workbook, that's where you put them. You always revisit them now and again to say, oh, I can. Yes, I now know that I can accomplish my goal. I can accomplish my dream. Then we have point number 3, or ingredient number 3, which is desire. Yes, you know, you have the information that is possible for you, and you believe that is possible for you. And then how much do you desire for you to accomplish that dream? You are in the idea of studying to become a pilot. How much do you desire? And there is something that goes into that workbook, a section where it asks you, which is still under the desire part. It's called the why, which we call the why. And maybe that's what Darth was talking about, the purpose. Why is it that you would want to accomplish that dream? What would it mean for you? What would it mean for your family? What would it mean for the society that you care for? And the bigger the why, the bigger the reason that you desire to accomplish that dream, the more amplified that why is, the more likely that you're able to accomplish that dream. So that's ingredient number 3. So we've got the information, the belief, the desire, and then you've got to have the resources, which is ingredient number 4. You believe because you've heard that it's possible and you desire to achieve it, and then now you sit down and analyze, what resources do I have? For example, you want to go to pilot school. Do you have the money? Do you have the money to take that course? Do you have whatever it is that will require you to go into that dream and accomplish and follow it to the end? Do you have the resources? And I don't know who else is here and what are the dream that you have and the resources that you have and what you don't have. Again, in the workbook that I have put down there together, you list down the resources that you have. You also list down, according to the information that you have, you put down the resources that you may be lacking, and you get a way to find them. Now, please note this. Someone said that it's not the resources that we lack. Most of us, it's not the resources that we lack, but most of us lack being resourceful. It's the resourcefulness. Is if you don't have the resources, how can you find the resources that can help you to achieve your dream? And that's, you put that down in the workbook and you find a way for you to find those resources. We've covered 4 ingredients: the information, belief, the desire, and the resources. And then take an action. That's ingredient number 5. And you may not imagine how many people have all the information in the world. They believe in the possibility of them achieving their big dream and they desire to achieve it. They've got the resources, but simply because they've not taken an action, they always remain wherever it is that they've been. Imagine someone with several degrees that are lying somewhere on their shelf and they don't go around asking for a job. I've seen many. Because they've heard there are no employment opportunities, so they just stay and wait for someone to come and call them from their home. Now, if you've just been watching TV or playing games all day or being on TikTok all day and you never take an action towards your dream, the dream that you have, then you may not go anywhere. Despite the fact that you have the information, you have the desire, you have the belief, and you have access to all the resources. And then we go to another thing that is also important. When you have got all the information of that place that you want to go, that land, you want to go to a country, you believe that you can go to that country and you have the desire to go there, you've got the money to go there, and you've taken an action, and then it doesn't work out the way that you wanted it to work. For example, you go to apply for a visa and you're told no. Example, you want to be a pilot, you go and do an exam and you fail. What do you do next? That's ingredient number 6. And this is where many people stay away from give up on their dreams, and they stay away. They don't go after them. They don't achieve. And this is something that we call persistence. You fail an exam, take it again. You lose in business, you go bankrupt. You go again. You persist in it. Whatever it is that you persist in without giving up, at some point you are likely to be successful. You are likely to win that challenge that is ahead of you. So if you have the information, if you believe, if you've got the desire, if you've got the resources, and you've taken an action and it has not worked for you, then you may need to persist. You may need to try again. You may need to do it over and over until it becomes successful, until you achieve that big dream that you have. And point number 7, I hope we are all together. There's something that we call appreciation. Appreciation. And appreciation goes from the word go. When you're starting on your dream, you've got to appreciate the fact that you're breathing, that you've got the opportunity. You appreciate the resources that you have. You appreciate the people that you know. You appreciate the government. You appreciate that you have peace to think about whatever it is that you want to achieve in life. And you appreciate every other person. And at this point, let me appreciate Anastasia. I put on this live to talk about achieving our big dream. We've come here, the people who have come here, we've talked about achieving our big dreams. We've talked about the 7 ingredients. And this live broadcast is a success. I've achieved that short dream. What big dream do you have? Are you going to apply the 7 ingredients if you've written them down? Or if you've not written them down, you can always get this workbook and check them and work on them. Thank you very much, Anastasia, for wishing me a good day. And everybody else who's here, we've gone through the 7 ingredients that are in this workbook that you can apply to achieve any given dream. And I appreciate you for making this live broadcast a success. Thank you very much. In short, those are the 7 ingredients. We can go over them again quickly. For you to achieve your big dream, you need to have the information. 1, you've got to believe that it's possible. You've got to believe in your dream. You've got to desire to achieve that dream. You've got to have the resources to go after your dream. If you don't have, find them, be resourceful. Then you've got to take an action. Action is what prevents many people from, lack of action is what prevents many people from achieving their big dreams, whatever it is that they may be dreaming of. Then you've got to persist. And as you persist, at some point you're going to be successful. And always be appreciative of every single minute. And Musa is asking, do you believe? And everybody else who's on this live, I ask, do you believe? Yes, Musa, I do believe. Do you believe yourself? And what kind of belief are you asking about, if I may ask you, Musa? And basically, those are the 7 ingredients that you should have for you to achieve your big dream. And I want to know, thank you, each and everyone else who's coming on here. I want to know, Orestes, are you still on my live? If you are, now we could have 1 or 2 people come on as we are moving on. Orestes, are you here? And everybody else who's here, what is it that you dream of becoming? What's your big dream? And Musa, do you believe yourself? Usman, how are you, Usman? Thank you for coming on to my live. And everybody else who's joining us on my live. And I welcome questions. I welcome anything else to share on achieving our big dreams. Usman, what's your big dream, if I may ask? And everybody else, what's your big dream? If you're here, let's know if you have a big dream. And what is it? Now, I am willing to give people copies of this workbook, the Achieve Your Dream workbook. So if you're there and you would want a copy of this workbook, you can always I'm going to give priority to people who are here on this live stream. And if you would want a copy of this and you subscribe to my TikTok up there, then I could give you a free copy of this workbook. If I share these on other media, then you can send me a message on any of my platforms, on TikTok, on Facebook, on Insta, and tell me that you would want a copy of this workbook in order to help you achieve your big dream. I'll be glad to get you a copy. So that's it for now. But let me hear, do we have someone else who wants to say something? Come on my live, ask a question, add on something that we've talked about. And thank you for tuning in. And that could be it for today. If we don't have any other person who's participating, we could just end it here for now. Oh, Musa, you liked all the points. That's very good. What's your big dream, Musa, if I may ask you? What's your big dream? And everybody else, do you have a big dream that you could share with us? And even if you would want to come on and we discuss with you, if you would want to come up, do you have a big dream? That's very good of you, Musa. Invite Bray a cup. Who, if you, I am going to hang around for the next 10 minutes. If we have someone who would want to ask a question or comment or even come up and we talk about achieving our big dreams. Just have good health above all and simple life. Oh, Musa. So Musa would want just to have a good good health and live a simple life. And many people would not want to, are not looking for big things in life. They just want to have a simple, and that's a dream also, to have a simple life. I guess in this point, in this case, being in good health could be your big dream, your big idea, and a simple life. It's not everybody that has a simple life. So it's something that you can work on, that you actually purpose. Good health doesn't come by itself. Good health is something that you plan for, that you actively involve yourself in. You've got to eat right, you've got to exercise, you've got to have regular checkups with your doctor. So it's not all automatic. Nothing is automatic in this life. You've got to be committed to it. And it's good to tell us that, Musa. Thank you very much. Who else is here? If you have a question, a comment, thank you. I will appreciate for the next 10 minutes. If we don't have anybody else coming on, then we're going to end the live. Otherwise, if we get someone who wants to participate in this live, then we could extend. But otherwise, we'll be going on. We'll be going off soon. I hope each and every one of you achieve your big dream, your biggest dream, whatever it is that you have. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate. And as we heard, what's your big dream? Oh, that's a good question, Musa. I love that. I have a big dream. A big one. Someone said if your dream doesn't scare you, then it's not big enough. Yeah, my dream could scare me because I have a big dream. I'm already in the process of achieving my big dream, and this live is part of my big dream. But I look forward to doing much more things on my big dream. My big dream is to see. Let me put it exactly the way it is. It may sound like out of this world to someone, and also, if you have a big dream, some point you could explain it to people, and people may not understand you. People may think that you're delusional. Some of them say that. What but it's your dream. You've got to believe in it. You've got to believe in its possibility, and you've got to take an action. You've got to do something. As an action as simple as coming live, like I have come here live. And what is my big dream? My big dream is to help over 1 billion people. Yeah, get that right. My big dream is to help over 1 billion people to achieve their big dreams. So one of the ways is here. Just the points that I have put across there, there's someone who's had them and is going to apply them in life. There is someone who has heard that and is going to get this workbook to work with. And this workbook has helped people. There are some people who have said, hey, this workbook, okay, which of the steps you talked about have you implemented so far? That's a good question, Musa. I love that. Which of the steps? I have the information. Let me talk step by step. I believe that it's possible for me to achieve my big dream of helping over 1 billion people achieve their big dreams. And it's good that you've asked that question. Which of the steps that I have taken? First and foremost, which we said is important, is information. The first ingredient that is necessary for you to achieve your big dream is information. I've got the information. It's evident out there that we live on a planet with about 8 billion people. I have that information, and I guess you have that information. We live in this planet where people are walking on the face of the earth. There are people who have walked on the face of the earth, and there are still people who are going to walk on the face of the earth after we are through on this planet. So the number is not even 8 billion, it's in billions of people. We're talking about currently living about 8 billion, but there are other billions that have gone before, and there are other billions that will come after us. Now, so my dream could actually be a small dream at the end of time, helping over 1 billion people. I've got that information. I've also got the information that there are people reaching others in ways, in a matter of seconds, in an hour of a specified space of time, which it takes. Everything takes time. In a specified space of time, and they are reaching those over 1 billion people. Now, talk of it this way. I have this workbook. If I'm able to get this workbook in the hands of 1 billion people, possible? Could be possible. I've had people who have sold 400 million books. Yeah, single person selling 400 million books. That's one. But let's say just like 500 million gets a hand on this workbook, and I'm distributing it in different formats. One, if I have, now imagine of this, imagine TikTok, imagine Instagram, imagine Meta as a whole. That's an app that we are using. We are using TikTok now here. That's a different one. TikTok has more than those people that we are talking about. Now, if I develop an app, maybe something that could be in the future, and someone is able to use that app to achieve their goals, 1 billion people is something that people can sign into. I mean, an app very easily. So I've got that information. And point number 2, I believe it's possible, based on what I have just shared. If others are doing it, then I can too. So I believe in the possibility of my dream. And do I desire? Yes. I desire to see people succeed. I desire people to see people achieve their dreams. When I shared, and you know what makes me happy? It's just to hear a testimony. Someone to say, I did achieve something. I've been giving out free copies of this workbook. I gave one personal development coach the workbook, and she went through the workbook and she said, whoa, Anthony, this is a special gift. She went through it and she achieved a dream that she's been putting off for a long time. And she said, hey, Anthony, I would desire that to see as many people as possible have this workbook. It's a tool. So I'm going to be suggesting it to my clients. And if there is any way that I can help you, Anthony, to have this workbook get to as many people as possible, let me know. And I told her, yeah, of course. If you can sponsor a few books, that would be good. And she did. She sponsored some books so that many more people can get the workbooks for free. They use them to achieve their big dream. And thank you, Musa, once again for asking the question. I'm going on the steps that I have taken. So I have the information. I believe it's possible. That's ingredient number 2. I desire to see many, many more people achieve their big dreams. Do you know the gladness, the happiness that I get just by one person coming and telling me, hey, Anthony, I achieved my goal. It doesn't necessarily have to be from what you heard from me or the workbook that you're using. It just by something that you're doing on your own, whatever it is that you're doing, you just tell me, Anthony, I did this, or I was going through a challenge, I overcame it. Those are stories that make me shed a tear. So if I become a participant in helping you to achieve your big dream that you have, and you come and tell me that you did achieve your dream, that's my gladness. That's my joy. I would be happy to hear that. So since I have the information I believe and I desire, and I have the resources, as I mentioned before, I have the workbook. I'm helping people achieve their own dreams. I have the resources. We have the internet, TikTok here, that I'm reaching as many people as I can. We don't have many people in the live, but we could have one person, Musa. We could have just one person that goes on to achieve his dream from this live transmission, and goes and shares to other 10 people, and those other 10 people, and we get someone who comes on this live and says, hey, Anthony, oh, you have those workbooks. I have a college and I need my people in my college to have all those workbooks. And since we have a sponsor and some other people could come and sponsor those workbooks, then I get 100, 1,000 people get those workbooks in the next 1 to 3 months. So the workbook is a resource. The internet is a resource. So I've covered 4 points, 4 ingredients that I'm talking about for you to achieve your big dream. So my big dream is in the process of being accomplished. And then I've taken an action. Angelos, how are you, Angelos? We are talking about achieving our own dream, our big dream, using the 7 ingredients for success. I shared the 7 ingredients. And Musa is asking me personally, what have I done towards my big dream? First, he asked me about my big dream, and I just shared about my big dream. Maybe you are not here, Angelos. I said that my big dream would be to help over 1 billion people achieve their big dreams. And based on the ingredients that I talked about, I said I have the information. We have about 8 billion people on this planet. I believe it's possible to reach 1 billion people. It's very easy these days. We have apps. We have the workbook that is available on Amazon and everywhere else, and it's being sponsored. So those are the resources. I desire to hear people achieve their own dreams. That's ingredient number 3, and I've taken an action. One of the actions is this live that I'm doing to tell you about achieving your dream using the 7 ingredients. The other action that I took is to put out that workbook. That's an action, to put out that resource. And since we are not as many on this live, I cannot achieve the big numbers in one go. This live right now, we are that number that you're seeing on the screen. We could be many more, but that one person is going to talk to 3, 4 people, 5, 10 people. It increases by persistence, which is point number 6. That's the ingredient number 6. I just don't do one live and give up. I don't just go and hold one workshop. I've held workshops here in Athens, Greece. I look forward to holding workshops all over the world where I call people, we share these ingredients, they get the workbooks. So I'm in the process of helping people. Are we still here, Musa? And tell me if I'm making any sense, because I could just be talking. And Angelos, thank you. And point number 7, ingredient number 7, I appreciate you. I appreciate you, Musa. Thank you for keeping this live going for this long, because I said I was going to end it, but then you've kept it going. Thank you for Angelos for tuning in. You've always been a friend. Thank you very much. Thank you to the pilot, Orestes, who was here. I don't know whether he came back, because I seemed that he seemed like he went a pilot. And then we had a student that came in the beginning and said, I was in their school a few years back, and I gave a speech there. He really loved the speech. He's finishing his school this year, and he wants, after he finishes school, he wants to go to aviation school and become a pilot. Wow, that's good, wonderful. I love hearing such wonderful. So I'm appreciative of all of you. I appreciate all those people who have taken an action, who have done something in this live before, and I appreciate you if you're thinking in your mind of a way that you can help me to achieve this big dream. And also you, for if you have a big dream, you can't achieve it alone. You've got to have people, and this is covered in the area of resources. We have something we call human resource. If you have a big dream, you can't imagine yourself achieving on your own. So if you're here, you're hearing this, it made you happy, Musa. I see you're someone who has a kind heart. The numbers on the screen tell me that you are a giver. So if you feel that you can become a part of helping me reach more people with these workbooks, with this idea, with the workshops, to reach more people and just encourage them to go after their dreams and give them hope of tomorrow, because many people have lost hope of tomorrow. We've got to be the hope for them. We've got to present ourselves there with the words that we have, the encouragement that we have, the speeches that we can give, the workshops that we can give, and just make this world a better place than we found it. Yeah, it's possible. So thank you, Musa, for the question. Thank you for staying with me. I appreciate. Thank you for that question. I really, really, really appreciate. Yes, and I'm still here now because of you, Musa, and everybody else who's here. If you're tuning, put in a question there, put in a comment. If this live was helpful to you, whatever part that you got it, some came in the middle. If it's been helpful to you in any way, I'll be glad to know. I appreciate you and all those who are coming. So thank you very much. Agelo, are you still here? And everybody else who's here, put a comment there. We are going almost an hour. We are doing almost an hour, but we can keep going. Given it a big space, the announcement was talking of a bigger length of time, so we can still stay around if people would want us to. Hey, Walubengo is in my life. Thank you very much. How often will you go live, Musa? This is something I have been putting off for quite some time, and I could just go on. I was listening to some podcasts that said that I don't have to imagine of all the topics that I can go live with. I could be going live weekly, at least, and just talking on this topic, being persistent on that one thing. And I don't know whether Walubengo will agree with me. Thank you very much, Walubengo, for being here. I really appreciate. And please, Walubengo, keep doing the beautiful work that you're doing, wherever it is that you go. I wish you great success. I wish you A class. I heard you mention people that are A class. If you're still here, Walubengo, and you are one of them. You left your name out. Yes, you are there already. It's not a matter of going there. You're already there, and keep doing what you do. I wish you great success in everything. Just keep on keeping on. Walubengo. Yeah, so I really appreciate each and every one of you who's come on my live. So you can go and search for the workbook online, or you can send me a message that you would want a copy of this workbook, the Achieve Your Dream workbook, in order to achieve your big dream. And yeah, and especially if you are a subscriber, I can very quickly send this copy to you. If you're close to me, I can always meet with you and give you a copy. And I'm looking for ways to have it all over the world. The ways are there. So, yes, let me hear another question, a comment. Otherwise, I'm going to be finishing this live in the next, we are going to almost an hour. So in the next few minutes, I'll be ending this live if I don't get a comment, a question, or anything. But I really appreciate you. Musa, thank you once again. Because I believe you're still here. Who else is here? Let me know. If you have a question, a comment. Anna Nora, thank you very much for being on my live. I appreciate. If you're there, please put some love hearts anywhere. Anyone else? If you loved this live broadcast talking about achieving our big dream, I'll be glad to see or hear from you. So Musa, yes, I aim to be going at least once a week. I could target that, going live once a week. And if not here, okay. So thank you, Musa. So I'll get you. we'll see if I will not be live on this point in this platform, then I could always inform people whatever it is that I'm going to be live on, because maybe at some point we could move over to Zoom. We'll see. But meanwhile, let me say that I will try to go live weekly this day, which is what, a Thursday, the same time. I'm gonna try to keep to this, because I haven't been consistent. I have to admit, it's good when you make a mistake. It's when you fail, it's good to admit. I haven't been consistent, but I've seen people who have been consistent and seen what they are doing. I would be glad to be consistent and a live or maybe a webinar at least weekly, and we'll see. I believe that good things could come out of it. So thank you very much, Musa. I really appreciate. Thank you very much. Thank you. Have a good night. Tomorrow is another day to hustle through life. That's true. And Anora, thank you. Yes, an hour. We've done an hour. Thank you very much, everyone else who's here. I really appreciate you. And I could share this on my YouTube channel. This is what I'm thinking. So if you happen to watch it, the recorded version of this, then I also appreciate you for taking your time to watch it. So that's about it for today. An hour is good. And everybody else who's been here, thank you. And bye for now. Bye.